Hi all, this is me Karan. So in this particular video we are going to talk about one of the incidents which happened with me very recently, and by this particular incident you will get to know that working in the industry is very different as compared to preparing for the interviews or cracking the interviews and all those things. So I'll try to provide you one of the examples, and using that example we'll try to understand all this. So recently I was working around one of the problem statements, and it was kind of like a major change. And by this particular change we were trying to improve the latency of our system. So what happened was, I made the required changes, and I discussed all this with one of my colleagues and said, oh, these are the changes. Now the time complexity of the approach is this, and the earlier approach was having this particular complexity. But then upfront he asked me, oh, great Karan, you have improved on time complexity, but have you compared how much time your system was taking earlier, and in similar kind of situation how much time it is taking now? And my argument was like, oh, in terms of notations my complexity has improved, so that's why system's performance should be better now as compared to the previous approach. But he insisted me to go and check and compare the complexity of previous approach and the current approach. That is how much time now my program is taking and how much time my program was taking earlier. And when I tested this particular approach in lab, then I got to know that, oh, the approach which I have written is not working better as compared to the previous approach. That is, previous approach was far better as compared to the current one. So there were different reasons for that. So overall idea behind telling this entire story is, when we prepare for interview or go for the interviews, then we only talk about, oh, this is the time complexity of my program in worst case in terms of notations, but actually that does not work in this particular way when you work in the industry. And this is one of the examples, and you will find tons of such examples when you will work on any of the real-time systems. So yeah, this is how it works in the industry. Thank you.